It is another paradox that London really saw very little of the Klondike Gold Rush and even less of the storied Klondike itself. All the same, he managed to see more of it than did the three other writers whose names are interwoven with this brief, gaudy moment in North American history and folklore. Rex Beach did not see the Klondike at all, nor did he ever set foot in Dawson City. While London was climbing the Chilkoot Pass and drifting down the river towards Dawson, Beach was coming up the river from the Bering Sea. He was frozen in, several hundred miles short of his goal, at a raw little mining camp called Rampart. There was gold at Rampart, and Beach never bothered to go any farther upriver. When the news of another great find at Nome reached him, he went back down the river again to the new Mecca. James Oliver Curwood and Robert Service both arrived in the Klondike when the rush was far past its peak. Service, in fact, did not reach Klondike City until 1908, by which time he had already written his most famous book of verse, Songs of a Sourdough. London spent only a few weeks in Dawson in the spring of '98, like all but a handful of men who left the Pacific Coast ports for the Klondike in the fall of 1897. He was frozen in along the river before his goal was attained. He had lingered too long at the White Horse Rapids, piloting boats through the Whitewater at $25 or more per craft, and winter overtook him. Even at this, he is said to have made $3,000, a minor fortune in those days when a serge suit cost $4 and a square meal 25 cents. London got as far as the Stewart River, about 100 miles from Dawson, when the floating ice cakes congealed into a single mass, and further travel for the season was impossible. He pitched his camp on the island in the Stewart on October 7, 1897. Here he stayed until the following May, when the ice broke and he followed it to the north to the mouth of the Klondike.